Hello and welcome back here to our South Shields series on Football Manager. We have made it to the final game of the season where we will be taking on Mansfield. Got a lot to go over this episode as it has been quite a few games since the last time you saw us in action. So it was all the way back in February where we took on QPR and that disappointing 3-0 defeat. Since then, it has been a very, very terrible time where we went 15 games without winning a game. So that saw us with a 2-0 defeat to Salford, then a 2-2 draw against Wimbledon, a 3-3 draw against Colchester, then a 0-0 draw against Rochdale, 2-0 defeat against Wigan, 0-0 draw against Brentford, 1-0 defeat against Lincoln, a 1-1 draw against Barnsley, then a 3-0 defeat against Doncaster, then a 2-2 draw against Fleetwood, and then a 1-2 defeat against Rotherham. And then finally, we got a victory. A 2-1 victory over Stevenage, thanks to goals from Poveda and Woodman. Then we actually got another win. 2 wins in a row. What is going on? We got a 3-2 victory over Exeter City, thanks to goals from Guteridge and 2 goals from Connell, who got the winner in the 91st minute. I thought we blew the game, but Connell comes up big for us and gets the winner. And then last game we faced off against Bradford City and got a 0-0 draw against them. So hey, look at us. We are on a 3-game unbeaten streak. Fantastic stuff. But yes, during that 15-game winless streak, we plummeted down the table, and we were facing the relegation zone. We were only 2 points above it, but thanks to our recent 3 games, we have secured our place in League One for next season, sitting in 16th place on 52 points. We have a chance to move up to 15th place if we get the victory and Colchester fails to win their game or fails to pick up a single point in their game. So hopefully we're able to do that. Mansfield are sitting in 13th place, so they are around our spot in the table. So we should have a chance today. Got a fairly strong team starting off today, so no excuses there. Let's go ahead and jump into it now, and hopefully we will get a victory to cap off our inaugural season in League One. We are underway. Come on, you Mariners! And Mansfield kicks the ball off from the start. And look at that. Wagstaff has picked up a slight injury and has a tight hamstring. So it looks like Poveda will be making an appearance here today. I'm going to take a look and see how Wagstaff is doing. See if we need to be forced into that substitution early. But Guteridge with a chance, and he gets the goal 8 minutes into the game. Adam Good with a fantastic ball to pick out Guteridge, who gets behind the defense there. And he calmly slots that home. Beautiful, beautiful play that was there. Wagstaff looks like he's alright to continue for now. but probably take him off at halftime, if not beforehand. And good tackle by Woodman to win the ball back, and we're looking for a break now. But that cross is blocked out well, and now Mansfield looking to counter us. Oh, not dealt with good enough there. And CJ Hamilton gets the equalizer. Campbell heads it back into a dangerous position. And he fires it home. That was not the place you want to head that to, Campbell. You need to do better. Mansfield looking for their second, and I think they're going to get it, and they do. Jesus, this team. What? Defense is not good enough. You got 2 players unmarked at the top of the box. Terrible, terrible defending. Turnover now. We got the ball. Can we get something out of this? Good. Looks up to Guteridge. He finds Campbell. Can he get the cross in? He does. And Woodman somehow gets that header, and he gets it into the back of the net. Don't know how he won that header, but somehow he did. And Campbell, that was a very good cross by him. I think Camp just mistimes his jump there, and that lets Woodman get the header. Now Connell with a free kick. He finds Woodman back post, and that one looked easier than his last header, but he kicks it, or he heads it over. Oh, another free kick, and this time we win a penalty out of it. Connell steps up for the penalty here. The brink of halftime. And he gets the goal. What a fantastic time to get a goal. And now we are winning the game 3-2 from out of nowhere. What a turnaround. In the last 15 minutes that has been. Beautiful. That was out of nowhere. So our halftime talk was a lot better than it would have been, and Poveda will be coming on for this second half for Wagstaff now. Let's see if we can build on this momentum we've picked up here. We have the ball here once again. Crawls up to Woodman, up to Guteridge, who has a shot, and wow, that was a fantastic goal. He just gets the ball, he makes a turn, he's like, I'm going to have the shot. And I was not expecting that to go in. But he finds the upper 90, and that was his 22nd goal of the season. There haven't been much better than that one, for sure. And our next substitution will be Connor Webster for Dan Woodman. The last 30 minutes or so. And our final substitution, I think we will bring on William Booth for Hunstrup. And as very well could be Booth's last game for the Mariners. I'm not sure I'm going to renew his contract, but that's still up in the air. And Poveda almost gets the 5th goal of the game. Not let off the gas here, guys. 10 minutes to go. They have a corner headed away by Charles, but danger's not over yet, and that was not far wide from Mansfield there. And just a couple minutes left here. Mansfield's still looking to get another goal. Flat comes up with a save there. But a corner now for Mansfield. Whipped in, headed away by Good. Now, another opportunity for Mansfield here on the ball. And that should have been a goal, I would say. But he fires it over and wide. And I think this is just about the game here now. Just boot it forward, guys. No need to do anything silly. There you go. Gudrid runs towards it, putting them under pressure. But they get an opportunity one-on-one with Flat, and Flat comes up with a big save. Thinking that might have been offsides, though. And that's the final whistle. We come out the victors in the last game of the season, 4-2 away at Mansfield. Very pleased with that. Gudrid, 2 goals on the game. Gets man of the match. Good performance by Woodman as well. And that is our final game of this season. And that puts us at 16th in the league table. So after our blazing start to the season, I'll admit I got very disappointed with our performances, but at the end of the season, we did what we wanted to do. We stay in this league. We don't get relegated. So overall, a fantastic season. Stayed in the league. We probably had our best ever FA Cup run. We faced off against a Premier League team in the FA Cup. But we got some money from that. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our stats here real quick. So our top goal scorer of the season was Craig Gudrid. 22 goals this season. Fantastic season for Craig there. Our highest average rating is somehow our goalkeeper. And when your goalkeeper has your highest average rating, probably not a good season for you. But it was a good enough season in the end, Flat with a 7.03 from us. Most assists for us came through Ashley Charles, who had 7 assists on the year. And our best pass completion comes from James Ibrahim, 91%. And James will not be with us next season. He has already agreed to terms with Sunshine Stars. They are in Nigeria, so he is going to Nigeria to play for Sunshine Stars. Wish James all the best of luck. He made 55 appearances for the club, getting 2 goals along the way. He still has a lot of potential. Hopefully he'll get the game time at Sunshine Stars, and maybe he'll make a return to the English football system. But nonetheless, hopefully he has a fantastic career from here. Most player of the matches goes to Craig Gudrid, and then most yellow cards, Aaron Caldbeck, who was very mistake prone this year. Hopefully he can improve on that next season and can keep his starting position, but if he doesn't, he'll definitely not be a starter next year. And then just a quick overview of our team stats. We scored 59 goals this season in the league, which was the 11th highest, and our 64 goals allowed, which is our 15th best. So that definitely puts us as a mid-table team. Probably a little lower than what we deserved, but what happens when you can't win any games for 15 games? 103 yellow cards, which puts us first in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being a league record. And we had two red cards this season. Average attendance 5,316 puts us 19th best. But that's very limited by our stadium capacity. I think we're probably due here for a new stadium, as we've not got a new stadium since we've started this series. And that's pretty surprising since we started off as an unplayable team. But we'll have to see how that pans out. We might expand our stadium as well. That's still a possibility. But we're a League One team now. We need to make some improvements to our facilities. So, nothing there. Let's just take a look at some more stats in detail. So, top goal scorer, Craig Gooderidge, comes in third place with 20 league goals. Connor Washington leads the charts with 26 goals. The 31-year-old Northern Irishman for Colchester. Best at hitting the target, we have no one in the top charts there. Teddy Pond gets that. 73% of his shots were on target. Most assists, we are not on that list. Gavin White had 18 assists for Oxford. That's very impressive from Gavin there. Most key passes, we do have Ashley Charles fourth best with 53 key passes. Liam Prosser from Lincoln leads the charts with 58. The most distance covered in 90 minutes goes to our very own Dan Woodman. Covers 8.03 miles per 90 minutes. And that's what I expected out of him. I saw his high teamwork vision and work rate, and his media description was a committed attacking midfielder, and he proved just that throughout the year. Most dribbles for the match, none from us there. Most key tackles, Aaron Caldbex does make the list, joint 6th with 12 key tackles. Most tackles match, we don't make the list there. Least conceded, not on that list. Danny Martin only allowed 18 goals on 24 appearances. That's very good. Simon Eastwood, 31 allowed in 46 matches. That is absolutely fantastic. And that's why Oxford comes in second. Most shutouts, Simon Eastwood for Oxford. We'll just take a look at the team stats. Most goals goes to Rotherham with 86 goals this season. That is very, very good. Best at hitting the target goes to Stevenage and Salford, both on 51%. Most headers won, QPR. Best crosses completed goes to Bradford City. Best average possession goes to your very own South Shields. We are very good possession-based team. Most passes completed, Doncaster edges us out with 84%, and we are at 82%. We are very efficient with our tackles, though. 91% of our tackles were successful. Most fouls made is surprisingly not us. It goes to Exeter. 96 yellow cards as well, and there's 730 fouls committed. We are fourth on the list, but we had 693 fouls made, and we get booked more times than Exeter, so the refs seem to be a little harsh on us. Least conceded goes to Oxford, 31-46. Not surprised. They lead the charge there. And most shutouts goes to Oxford as well. Let's just take a more detailed look at the league table. Didn't really do that. So Rotherham wins the league, gets 96 points, which sees them edge out Oxford. So the most prolific team edges out the most defensive team. So both of them very well deserved promotions this year. Definitely for the two best teams according to the statistics. And that put them with the most points. The four teams that will be fighting off in the playoffs are QPR, Barnsley, Birmingham, and Doncaster. We'll see who ends up getting promotion, but got 3 former championship teams, as well as a fairly recent Premier League team, QPR. So QPR has been in League One for 3 seasons, Barnsley 1 season, Birmingham 1 season, so you would think Birmingham probably has the stronger team if they were able to keep hold of their championship squad, but not sure they have been able to do that, and wouldn't be surprised if they get promotion or it's Barnsley or QPR. Doncaster definitely looks a little bit off the pace with a 7-point gap between them and Birmingham, so we'll see how that pans out. But on the other end of the table, our 4 teams that got relegated are Stevenage, Forest Green, Lincoln, and Southend. I'll come back here in a few weeks when we have our end of the season awards, and we'll see who ends up winning the playoffs, so I will be back in just a moment. Okay, so here are the end of the season awards. Starting off with the Fans Player of the Season, we have Jonathan Flatt winning that with 36%. I definitely agree with that. My 2 choices were Flatt and Guteridge, and they came in first and second. Guteridge was vital with the goals, and Flatt was huge with keeping us in a lot of games, coming up with some big saves. Luke O'Connell was our signing of the season. He was a free transfer. He had 28 appearances for us, getting 5 goals and 2 assists in the league. Also made 2 FA Cup appearances, getting a goal in that, and he made a sub appearance in the EFL Trophy. Young player of the season was Craig Guteridge as well. Definitely agree with that. And Guteridge also got our goal of the season. We'll just go ahead and take a look at that. I can see it was against Mansfield in May. So that was our last game where he got the ball. He turned around and fired it in the upper 90. Here it is again. Just absolutely beautiful. You're not going to get much better than that in your career for top goals. So definitely, I told you guys that was one of the best goals of the season, and there you go. A couple other things. Our stadium is being expanded by 335 seats, so that'll put us at a capacity of 6,125. So we're not quite there to a new stadium yet, but we're making improvements to get some bigger crowds in at least. So, which could be a good thing. So when we do eventually get a new stadium, hopefully we will be in the championship by then. So that means we'll get a bigger capacity stadium to start off with, but we shall see. We're also in the process of upgrading our youth facilities at the same time. That's going to take till the end of next season about, or it'll be before the end of the season, but we had to wait till the end of this season before we could actually start those improvements. We're still a couple weeks away from the playoff final, where it's Doncaster versus Birmingham. So I will bring you guys back one last time after that game has happened. Alright, so the playoff final has just happened. And would you believe it? Doncaster beats Birmingham 1-0 in the final and gains promotion to the championship. They have not been in the championship since the 13-14 season. So good job to them. We'll just take a look at the final league table. So there it is. Rotherham, Oxford, and Doncaster goes up to the championship. Joining us next year will be Peterborough, Ipswich, and Sunderland getting relegated from the championship. So that is all we have for today's episode and this season. I will be back for the start of the next season. Until next time, it's been your Boyd 147.